Alright, Robbie Wong here, going to play some historic Bant Ramp, best of 3 on the ladder. This will be our 10th game with Bant Ramp.
And remember, don't give up.
Well, there's a difference between giving up and stopping the game when there are no more available moves.
Why do you pretend to be a defenseless girl?
I'm not defenseless, I'm Vivian.
No, you think you're defenseless.
Vivian is not defenseless.
She is defenseless.
How dare you?
Yeah, she is defenseless. She's horribly defenseless!
Why don't you let Ceci in? She's clearly stuck at the gate. Or maybe she just figured it out.
She's defenseless!
Okay, we got ramp and a ramp. We're gonna keep most of our colors. Hi, Ceci.
What's this? What? Okay, she's okay.
It's too loud. Alright, good. Land.
You're so crazy. I can't believe how much you do.
Black-red aristocrats.
Okay.
Without a turn 1 play. Mono-black control. Mono-black control. Wouldn't be surprised to see them take Growth Spiral. So we can't get ahead on mana.
Is that an eye that looks like a shell?
It's just took the top end. So what is this? Green, blue?
A green, blue, a green, blue, a green, blue.
Excellent.
Blah,
Ramp that buffers our life total a little bit.
blah.
So we're really hoping to draw one more land, so that way we can Uro and double land. Okay, opponent going to... Alright. Sometimes when you ask for something, it happens. You need help? Say papa. Help. I'm going to send you away if you're too loud. Okay, then be a reasonable volume. Okay. 4, 5. I'm going to be able to Golos next turn and get red mana. We can threaten to activate next turn.
Nope.
Well, Golos is gone, but we can still get red. Do we still want to get red? If we don't, let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get Blast Zone. We get our Ugin back. It's only a 2. Yeah, so we just 3 mana. We're left with 4. So if we get a land, we're in a really good place. Or we could just do that. Okay. So if we put a land here, if we put a counter on here, are you gonna tap me off double white? Okay, so we're gonna put 1 counter on here. I don't trust the auto tapper for that, so we're gonna do it that way. We don't want to attack because then we'll end up sacrificing. Let's get our Ugin back. So we really want to land next turn, so we can Ugin.
And remember to move the rocks in the episode.
Alright, we did it.
And remember to ring the rock.
This might just eat a Murderous Rider, but if we get this out and shoot down the Phyrexian Arena, stop their card draw.
Why China? It's there.
Alright, and then Uro is almost there. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next turn we're going to Called it. So next turn we're going to Growth Spiral Uro. Well, that bodes well if that's their play for the turn.
I'm reading.
Okay, so we're gonna Growth Spiral.
It's so hard. It's so hard to read. You don't read this reading.
Oh, we can't Uro.
Oh, they give it arrow.
Okay, so let's go.
I get arrow. Look. I get arrow.
If we let's do this correctly. If we leave this and we get blue green, then we should be fine. Oh, but they're tapped. Okay. So if Migration Path doesn't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, I think I still want to do that. Okay, so we're going to Migrations Path. Juniper, stop.
I'm trying to make them read this.
That's not the point of the channel.
Okay, I'm gonna read this. Oh, remind me of your love. And remember to ring the rock bell with a bell. Don't forget to bring the
Do we
apple
want?
bell.
I think this is
And
worth
the
more as a
bell.
card than it
Wait,
is
the lava bell.
because we're going to be able to cast Ulamog next turn.
Okay, and the gym bell. No. The number bell. Gym bell.
If we feel like we need it, we can play it next turn. Next turn is pretty much Ulamog, demand and answer.
Zombie bell.
Or we could play out Uro, Elvish Rejuvenator, try and flush out more of their.
Ring the arrow bell.
Don't talk when I'm talking. Try and flush out more of their exile removal. Oh, okay, never mind. We'll just play that and exile Obliterator and a land. Don't want to wrestle with Obliterator. Let's exile both of these and we can start swinging in with the zombies. Okay, so they need we'll play this out. They need a way to deal with Field of the Dead. They need. So what? How do we lose? Okay, so if they eat to extinction this and then play. Oh, yeah. That deals a lot of damage too.
Andy.
Okay, so let's do this to see what we draw. / getting another backup 6/6 is good. We'll swing in with Ulamog. They might not block. A little bit of a liability in terms of the Massacre Worm. If I lose zombies. So this is a mono black Obliterator build.
Choose the Ice Spiral.
Don't see any Eat to Extinction.
I'll tell you something. Remember to ring the Spike Bell and the Arrow Bell.
So if opponent has... Okay, we already have lethal on board, so I'm not going to commit these in case they have Ritual of Soot, and then I start getting pinged to death, and then, I mean, they don't have enough to do both, but just keeping an eye on it to make sure we don't accidentally die to Massacre Worm triggers and Grey Merchant triggers.
And remember to ring the Skeleton Bear. Also the Cat Fire Dog Bell on the nose. So
they have a Night activation.
Oh, nope.
They're also down to 1 card.
No, the Soup Bell. Yes, Soup Bell. Soup Bell. Oh, Soup Bell. And the Bone.
Okay, so we're going to take them down to 1 card in Library.
Another bell.
Game 3.
Spike Bell. No, I already read that. Shape Bell.
I really don't want to die to. Okay, let's put one more zombie out there. No to the growth spiral. We just want our heavy hitters now.
Why not the growth spiral?
Well, because it doesn't do anything. At this point in the game, we want big, heavy hitting cards.
Okay, set this page. Okay, I set the water. Leave that. Yes. And remember to discard for the window. The hairbell.
So if we put 2 more zombies onto the field and they all die, we'll take 8 plus 6 is 14. We don't quite have enough to do all of that. We also don't have enough to... Okay, I'm going to Rejuvenator. Arc is great. Okay. So let's end the turn. Try not to die. Another Massacre Worm. 4, 8, 12, 16. We're at 1. And the Massacre Worm attacks.
Paper bell.
Wow. Okay. We even...
The teeth bell. We even lose.
We're going to 1.
I didn't know that guy could tackle. Guys.
Well, we were going to put extra counters on here. Looks like opponent's going to sneak out with game 1. It stings. It stings. Stings the nostrils. 1 card left. Good job, opponent. Okay, so creature based. Let's get this going. They have a lot of removal, but not necessarily enter the battlefield. So let's get Deputy in here. They had Gifted Aetherborn, so not incredibly. And then within here, let's get rid field for their castle. Arc if we go. Let's get rid of one of the fields. Well, so we were thinking about those Massacre Worm triggers. We were not counting other Massacre Worm. If we were going to do that differently, the turn before, if we had pushed our advantage, we would have gone through it. Because then we would have had enough zombies to punch through. Or opponent had that in hand and was waiting for us to commit more to the board, so that way the Massacre Worm triggers were lethal. Good on opponent. Alright. Got lots of ramp. We want lots of lands in the beginning, so we can power out to 5, 6, 7, 8 fast. That's one of the few non-lands that I'm interested in keeping.
The word bell.
Knight.
The card bell.
Duress. Well, it's a good thing we have this 3rd ramp spell to replace the 2nd ramp spell.
It only matches on me.
Okay, so we will explore, draw a card, play this for no loss of life. What does next turn look like? If we draw another land, then we will play Rejuvenator.
The snail bell. The hair
Takes
bell,
Deputy.
The rainbow bell.
Okay, so we didn't draw the land, so we're going to go Mountain, Rejuvenator. Get Field of the Dead.
So look at these amazing.
Opponent not applying a tremendous amount of pressure.
Oh no, that's snail.
Alright, so looking for blue or shatter.
Blue shatter.
That will also do it. looking for...
Oh, also,
Let's go blue-white, and we can shatter / get the second blue for Uro. Attack because they're not going to block, and if they do block, we're happy with the block. Brain Maggot's interesting. I'm not sure this is better than... I'm not sure this is better than Agonizing Remorse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it adds pips to your Black Devotion, so in that way it synergizes. I feel pretty confident that I'm going to get these cards back.
You think I should press one of these buttons to help you?
I'm going to press lots of buttons, and hopefully it helps me.
No, these buttons.
No, I'm not going to press those buttons. Like at most, I press Z and Enter.
Will we press Z for you?
No. Do not press Z for me.
So, Enter?
So, untapped land X would be excellent.
Where's Enter?
Enter's over here. E-N-T-E-R.
Where is Enter?
Or we could Deputy...
Want me to enter back into the card state?
So if we Deputy Brain Maggot, we get all of our stuff back. Exile target and all other non with the same name. Yeah. This one. Can you kill it in response? No? Hooray. Okay. So let's Deputy... No, let's Uro. So we can get to Ugin. Okay, we swing out. It doesn't do anything because they have lifelink, and they'll just eat one of those critters. Although, no, we have enough to Uro. Okay, so we have a choice between Uroing or Ugining or Deputying. I'm leaning towards Ugin shoot the Murderous Rider, so that way we can start punching in for lots of damage.
Drop our band bell, the hat bell, the string bell, the knitting bell.
Well, they're going to be drawing lots of cards. I don't want to lose my board.
Token bell. Like
and let's put the onus on them to, because now they need to deal with our board. They need to. So now, not you. So now they can eat one, but then they're taking 4, gaining 2.
The teeth bell, the tiger bell.
Next turn, we're going to be able to shoot this gifted Etherborn.
Awesome. The doctor bell.
Also worth deputying their Phyrexian arenas. Oh, that's scary. I'm going to take 8 from this.
I knew we would do that.
Massacre Worm is really good against Field of the Dead. What is this? 6? So if we let that connect, they can get Brain Maggots back. But I think I'd rather keep the loyalty high.
You're not low. There.
No, I'm gonna take 2 more if that happens. I'm gonna let this through. Okay, so let's exile everything. They'll get their Brain Maggots back. Non-land card from it. Exile that card. Okay. They can have the other deputy. I think I want to throw this into the bin. Okay, so it's Ugin versus Brain Maggots in hand.
Papa? Papa, can you get that part?
Oh, this is an important distinction. If I should have blocked with the Gifted Aetherborn and taking 2, because now Ugin is going to die to these brain maggots. Because I can block with an Uro, but then okay, not terribly punished. Okay, so now we have blockers. All right, the end of their turn, we can put 2 more counters on this blast zone. Next turn, if we keep Ugin, we're going to shoot this brain maggot, play the Deputy of Detention, take this, get Uro back, swing, Obliterator.
And then that wouldn't be your biggest mistake yet. Good idea.
Okay, so that changes my Deputy target. Okay, so let's go ahead and put 2 more counters on this. Having this around 3 or 4 is valuable to take out. Alright, so we are going to shoot this brain maggot so we can get this Deputy back. This Deputy can take this Phyrexian Obliterator. They can't make this have Death Touch. Let's draw some cards here. I'm going to swing with the Uro. Golos is a fantastic draw. Okay, so we'll probably Golos. Okay, opponent gives up Ebon Pump ability. Okay, we're gonna Golos, and what are we getting? We have red, black. We're gonna get Field of. We're gonna get Arc. Cause they're kind of low. Yeah, we're gonna get Arc. Arc is gonna help us play through different scenarios, like Massacre Worm clearing out a bunch of zombies and me losing a bunch of life is one way that we lose this game. Them playing a lot of pips, but we're going to be able to keep that under control with Ugin. So we need to monitor what they do. We're going to cycle this on their turn. On my next turn, it's going to be shoot something with Ugin, spin the wheel with Golos, try and get to Ulamog. We also have a card draw off of Uro. So lots of possibilities. Opponent has 3 cards in hand though, so it's not over until the fat lady sings here.
Let's see.
But there's multiple points that the opponent needs to deal with. They need to deal with the Ugin, they need to deal with the Golos, they need to deal with the Uro. And Massacre Worm's so good against Field of the Dead. Turn your zombie army against you. Okay. Murderous Rider, they're left with 3 mana, so they can replay that out as a... Okay. Alright. So let's cycle this, because I'm really not interested in more zombies. Shatter, less good. Alright, so... Shoot, Murderous Rider. Not interested in you getting more life back. Okay, swing with the team, including Deputy. Yeah, they're tapped out. Decline this. We get Uro back. Okay, so let's Golos. Yeah. The noose got tight enough. We took game 2. Yay! Alright, do we want to take out a Field of the Dead? It's like, I feel like we need it and we don't want it at the same time. If that makes any sense. Very creature-centric. If their aggressive slant is just Knight of the Ebon Legion and Gifted Aetherborn, Teferi might have a place in here. Because the game is going to go long. And we can use his Tuck against Obliterator to deal with it for at least 2 turns. Let's take another Field of the Dead out. Yeah, at the end. You can say that if you want. All right, game 3. Here we go. Let's add a W to the board.
0.
Let's play intelligently. Let's make good decisions.
So we win this.
That's the hope. Well, we're a little short on ramp. Oh, and they've got an aggressive start. Okay, so let's find another ramp card that's not 4 mana. I guess we could have cycled that. Take an Ugin. Feed my Uro. Take an Ugin. Feed the other Uro. Yikes. Okay, so we're going to Field of the Dead. Next turn. Field of Ruin, Elvish Rejuvenator. Good start from the opponent. Looks like we're going to have a lot of little roadblocks, though. That's good. I don't have green. Okay, we're not going to double down on our mistake. Let's go ahead and get red. Okay, so next turn we're going to Rejuvenator, and we're going to play one of these lands. This one. We would have been able to Golos if we had done that correctly. All right, let's get, we already have one field out, so let's go ahead and get a Temple. We have we will have 2 green and 2 blue after this. Okay, so we can Uro. We're not interested in another Field of Ruin. Getting one of our deputies would be great. All right, we're going to take another 3, going down to 5. Let's get black mana with this. I don't know if it matters. But let's go ahead and get Bojuka Bog. If they have removal for this, we're toast.
Wow, we have a bandit. What's our bandits?
Alright, so we have to block both. But they can only pump 1. Wouldn't be surprised to see they pump this one to take out the Golos, and then this Knight eat it. Also wouldn't be surprised to pump this, just so they can keep both on board. But we're going to be able to Rejuvenate or Explore next turn. Okay, so Rejuvenator for sure, and then we'll be able to do both Growth Spirals and Explores. Hopefully we can flood the board with zombies.
Flood the board with no zombies.
Let's hit the Explore next. Shatter is great. Okay, we're going to save this Growth Spiral.
Growth Spiral.
We're going to be greedy here. Okay, so I don't think they'll have 2 removal. I think we will chump block with the Elvish Rejuvenator. This puts a card in the bin for Uro, whereas the zombie does not. Also, the zombie's a little bit better as a 2/2. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's Growth Spiral. We're going to take our Shatter. Really hope to hit some more lands there. Ugin would be fantastic. We can clear the board, reset everything.
I just want to find you.
They're gonna take the shatter. Take the shatter.
No, you'd be so
They're counting.
But I'm the greatest voice.
They're counting for Ulamog. I'm not sure that's. I mean, you can delay the Ulamog for a turn if I did have the mana to play it. Oh, great. Alright, so let's. If we play that land, it's just land 9. So it's Growth Spiral. Okay, that's good. Let's 1, 2, 3. So okay, we don't have enough for all of it, so we're gonna put this into play, but we're gonna do it tapped. And then we can play Uro, draw a card. Okay, we can't escape it, so we're gonna do this. Alright, so again, we still have to win this game. So against my better, my gut is always turtle up and defend, but we're going to try and close this game out as well. Brain Magnet's going to take Ulamog. That is a great draw for the opponent. We want to see Shatter. We want to see Deputy of Detention.
I want to see you.
It's not too bad. Don't really want to see another...
Zombie?
Okay, so Uro could get us another Shatter.
Oh, you can get us another Shatter.
Okay, this is good. Stay buffering our life total. See what we draw, please. Okay. So put this into play. Make some zombies.
So one light green.
Put this into attack. They'll block 1 and take 6. Okay, so next turn, if they draw Massacre Worm, we're going to take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then die 2 creatures. So let's go ahead, since we can't play around it, let's go ahead and play this out for our lethal on the next turn. So we're hoping to fade land Massacre Worm specifically. Drew three cards at a turn. There's land. Here comes the Massacre Worm. Oh, the longer it takes, the harder it feels. Gray Merchant for 7. Whew. Okay. We're not dead. They're not dead. Alright, so if we swing out with everything, then we potentially die. So for sure, we need to swing out with Uro and some amount of zombies. I think we should cycle this in case we see something exciting. Does that count as exciting? We get Blast Zone with that? Okay, so if I swing with everything, that's 20 points of damage. They have to block stuff. So they'll block Gray Merchant, and then they'll try and kill me on the backswing. Alright, so at least this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, no, we'll get 2 more zombies afterwards.
Papa, tack all of them into him. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, this is 20 plus 2 over there. So they need to block stuff, and I'm gonna have a lot of zombies afterwards. Yeah. Yeah. And we're still fading Massacre Worm, but they need to make some hard choices here. I do not want to be in opponent's position. This is tricky math because the brain maggots can chump, but they're So, I mean, that's dead. So they need to pick one.
The same thing as this, that's why.
So they're at 4. So I think in order to avoid dying, we're going to shatter, clear their board so they can't kill us, and Massacre Worm can't kill us. And then we'll play Golos. And we drew the Blast Zone. So now Golos can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, can we just escape this again? We can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're threatening Ulamog next turn, so they need to draw Hand Disruption. I like gaining life here. Let's keep that in play. Let's keep that in hand. We can cycle that. Yeah, good game. Can't. We're at a good place now. Like they actually don't want those arenas anymore.
And we have
or her, or some other gender,
or a baby
identity, or a baby. So we did it.
The baby was playing all alone.
Some really embarrassing moments for myself. Forgetting to play the green source on 3 to get Elvish Rejuvenator almost cost us the game. So it's not just total land count, and this would happen when I was playing Yard Fields. It's not just total land count. The colors do matter. You have to do your color math. In my head, it was going to happen. So despite that, though, our deck managed to drag us kicking and screaming over the finish line. My name's Robbie Wong. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
And remember to ring the bell.
And we'll see you on the next one.